Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Dear learners, dear students, welcome back in today's lecture. Let's start. So, dear students, today's our competency is reading and critical thinking, and lecture number 5. You know very well, dear students, before understanding any topic, we must read and we must comprehend what is SLO and what the SLO is telling us. So, let's move to the SLO. Give an informed personal response. Yes, this is the action verb. Give mean provide. Informed personal response. First one, it should be informed, very well informed. And second one, your personal response to a text, the text which you are reading, and provide some textual references in sport. When you provide your personal response, along with the personal response, you must prove it with the textual reference from the text which you are reading. So, my dear students, now you have learned about this SLO and we have discussed the SLO in detail, what the SLO is saying. Now, let's move to the next stage and learn it in detail. Before learning, we will, you know very well, we will reach at a vertical linkage, and after that, we will brainstorm, and then we will go to in detail learning. Yes, move. Yes, this is the vertical linkage. Categorize literary works, fiction, non-fiction, or drama. And this SLO from E6. Now, move to the brainstorm. So, responding to a text is like choosing a toy. Very interesting statement. Yes, responding to a text is like choosing a toy. There are so many toys, and you have to choose just one toy from all the toys. Then, after that, you must say why. Then the question arises, why we have to choose just one from so many toys? A personal response is like a review, give your opinion with proof. Yes, this is called personal proof and personal view. Now, let's move to the next slide and let's learn about this particular SLO and the topic. Yes, this is personal response. So, dear students, a personal response is your own thoughts about a text. Yes, whenever you read a text, and so many thoughts come to your mind, and the personal thoughts about that particular text which you are reading, that is called your personal response, right? It tells how you feel. Yes, personal response tells how you feel, what you think, or what you understand after reading that text. It is your opinion, but it must be connected to the text. Example, I like the story because it teaches us to help others. So it is clear what is personal response. So, dear students, now what is personal response? I think you have learned about that when you read any text during the class or out of the class. When you read, there are so many thoughts come to your mind, and these thoughts come in your mind is a natural process. And when you give your response and give your feedback about that particular text, that is called your personal view. It's very simple, it's very easy. Whatever the thought about that text which you are reading, that is called your personal response. But the next stage, what is saying, let's move and let's have what is the next. Now we have moved to the textual reference. After establishing your personal viewpoint of that particular text, you have to prove, you have to give the proof from the textual references. Now, first of all, we have to see what is called textual reference. A textual reference is a small part of the text you use to support your answer. Here, answer means your view. Whatever you have the view about that particular text, you must choose a part of that text from which you establish your view. Yes, that is called reference. It can be a word, phrase, or short line from the text, or maybe the simplest paragraph as well. It shows why you think your answer is correct. So, whenever you establish your view or answer, so your textual references support your answer, and it provides justification. Textual references provide your justification of your answer. So why do we use it? Now the question is, textual references, why we use it? To prove our point, to prove our point or our view, which is established after reading that text, to make our answer stronger and clearer, so that there will be no doubt about your view. So, dear students, this is called reference. And if you provide a reference from the text which you are reading, that is called textual reference. Whenever after reading we establish our viewpoint about that particular text, and it is not only required, but we have to put forward a proof of our view. Is it clear, is it correct, or just based on ideology? So if we provide any part of that particular text as a proof, that is called contextual reference. So now move to the next part of this topic. Yes, usage of textual reference. Step 1, give your opinion. Definitely. Step 2, add a phrase from the text to support it. Definitely. Formula. We assume a formula for this, for making this process easy. First of all, opinion, because the text says, yes, and then short phrase from your text. This is used a simple formula for the usage of textual references. So, dear students, this is about textual references. Now, move to the next part. Model responses. Model responses or model views, you can say. Now, we are going to have examples about this particular part. Example number 1, I think the character we have read. Now, dear students, dear learners, suppose that we have read a particular text and we are giving responses after reading that text, and I'm putting example number 1. I think the character is brave because the text says he stepped forward without fear. Now, this is the contextual line. This sentence I have taken from the text which I read. And from this particular line, I determined that the character to talk about in the text is brave because he stepped forward without fear. This particular action is telling us that he is brave. So, this is contextual reference, and this is our response. And this contextual reference proves that our response is right. Now, example number 2. I feel the girl is kind because the text says, yes. Now, we are not says, they were saying that because we are not providing, we are not giving our own example or our own thought, but we are proving it from the contextual reference that is in the text. I feel the girl is kind because the text says she shared her food. Now, sharing is the process of kindness. From this line, the response is what? Kind. The girl is kind. And this response is clear and has proven correct from the contextual reference. Now, example number 3. I think the place is beautiful because the text says the garden was full of colorful flowers, and colorful flowers telling us that the place, the garden, is beautiful. So, dear students, we have taken the example for clearing our concept about contextual references and responses. Right now, I think you have learned more and clearly what is called review, response, or using of contextual references. Now, move to the next part of this topic. Yes, now you have simulations for further clarification of this topic, and now worksheets are also attached here with the PPT. These are our resources. Not only you have our worksheets, you can take PPT, worksheets, skill sheets, question bank, and lesson plans are there. So, dear students, these resources are already made for you people, and now it's up to you. You can use it and get full benefit from these resources. So, thank you so much for being listening this topic, this lecture, and now this is all about. So, dear students, take care of yourself a lot. Come to tomorrow to the next lecture. Till that time, Allah Hafiz.